Alright, we're finna hit this hoe. Hi you guys, welcome to my channel, RaPoeTry channel. It's Crystal Holiday here. And I would like to talk today about a topic that's been trending for a while now. And you can even say that it's been a topic that's been trending since the dawn of time. And that's the traditional role of the male and woman. And how they operate, how they should operate, and how they have operate and continue to operate in society, the values thereof, or what constitutes a high value man and what constitutes a high value woman, etc., etc. And I feel like I have a unique perspective about this topic, me being a woman, clearly, but also a lesbian, clearly. And if it's not clear, but so yeah, I am a lesbian, meaning that I am sexually attracted to women, even though I am myself a woman. And biologically born, because I have to, in this day and age, I have to, I guess, explain that I am a natural woman. No, nothing was altered or whatever. I was born with chromosomes, thus of a woman. And my unique experience is, I think, being predominantly in environments that I've been in and been sexually attracted to women. And what is the conclusion of it? How do I perceive, if anyone dares to care, how do I feel about the topic? Because it is just so interesting, right? It's just really interesting being a human in this world, and what culture, the way that the direction culture is going, right? And I will, there's so many different ways to go about it, right? But I myself have experienced where I will want to play basketball. We're just going through some, just giving you guys some experience, and maybe you thus will understand any perspective that I have to give about the topic. So I would want to play basketball and couldn't because I'm a woman, I'm a girl, right? The prejudice, right? The prejudice against women. No, you cannot do this because you're not perceived to do that. I was a tomboy, you know, did dirt biking, as far as doing tricks on bikes, doing flips. Just wanted to being physical. That's I think that's what attracted me. Why I am a tomboy. It just seemed like girls, the traditional roles that women played out. I didn't gravitate to playing with dolls. I'd rather play sports, climb trees, ride bikes, you know, with no sexual understanding. I'm pretty, and that can even go back to my historical being related to, and having historical connections to being in slavery, just physical. So I'm a woman, but yes, I like using my body. I like using my body, not just my mind. But that's a part of it as well. But that has its own story in my life, which is why I feel I have the perspective that I have to bring to it. However, you know, but in the culture, so growing up in a heterosexual society, engaging in that, you know, and what does it mean to be a girlfriend, and how to court and all that. So I've been through all that experience. Body count low, so yeah, and that's the interesting thing about it too. How men culturally that I'm seeing now view women, say 30, 35, 34, 36, 37, 40, 43. They're saying that age of woman is like bad. Like it's I don't know. If you're, and even that's a freaking topic. That's why it can go in so many directions. That I'm hearing a lot that men like or tend to want. The prime in the man's mind of a woman is like 20s, early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, maybe early 30s. You pushing it, like, you know what I'm saying? And I would honestly debate and argue that if the law would allow, men would go younger than that. Go younger than that. That's We can see that throughout history. Like, wow, like, so so yeah, and so even how I feel, my personal perspective as what I value in a woman is different than heterosexual men, culturally speaking of today. I like a woman who's been through things, and if they're beautiful, if they're if they're like physically what men consider and what I consider as well attractive, physically, attractive, and they have that, but they got some maturity that is so attractive to me. So it's like they got this but they're also a flower, a beautiful flower at the same time. That's attractive to me. Guys are like, and a woman who's already a mother, or being a mother, so they have that. I think men and I have that in common. That is attractive to me, but I like an older woman, say 46, her kids, like, I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So let's go back to the roles. I've come to a mature state, and this is why I would like to shout out to or acknowledge and thank guys like Top G. Shout out to him and his buddies Waller and all them, and what they're speaking about, and even speaking about and really honing on what their view. What does a man of their stature, their status view as a high woman, and da 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 da. And there's this. So I might have a little thing about as far as the LGBT da 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 da. It's like the alphabet is going longer. I just know I'm a woman that likes women. All this other stuff, people, trans and those other things. I understand, but I cannot totally get with some of those, like changing who you are, like changing physically who you are. As far as, we all do it. We work out to change our body, to be healthier. And if changing your gender accomplishes that, because you're just changing your physical, then more power to you. But I would like to think that I am a vessel, and to work within that vessel, like you play the cards that you're dealt, and through playing the cards that you're dealt, yes, make yourself better, but really dive into who God made you to be, and why the universe. See, I believe in God. I think that's one thing. I believe, and my perception of God is not what we think as a lot of religions would like to personify God. I do understand that and do personify God in a way, but my predominantly perspective about God is vast, and I would like to think that God is, in the simplicity, principles, and like, for an example, faith, spiritual elements that exemplify themselves through physical. There's savagery, physical, and intellectual and spiritual, right? And I heard a pastor say that society is growing in that we had the industrial age. We had the Stone Age before that. We were working with stones, whatever. You understanding how to use those as tools, and then we, and now we're in a technological stage. And what do you think is the next stages after that? So now we're going to Mr. Elon Musk. Shout out to him. He's going through the spatial thing, and then there's a spiritual thing. I think the highest form is spiritual. Now when we want to go and speak, like bring it back to speaking of women and men, the gender, and predominantly, predominantly, it's a man's world. It's a man's world. It is, in the earlier times, if you do natural selection, if you go through that process, or whatever you want to call it, you can debate me. I'm just saying, look throughout history. The person who's more physical dominates. We see it in war. We see it in the person aggression in certain instances will win. That's why evil uses aggression. However, there's going to be a time, and we're evolving into that. To now, you see what's in the technological time. You don't need all that muscle to make a lot of money or to be dominant in this world. It's technology, right? So I think if we're going to keep going spatial and then spiritual, and what's beyond that, I don't know. I view universe, God, and that concept is so vast that I can't even understand. But I'm just only sharing what my life has helped me to understand, right? And more blessings, more knowledge, more love to that. But the reason why I feel women, or should I say, this is how I feel about it. It is a man's world physically, but women are God. Women are, and even top G's will say they're born with value, or that a man doesn't have to. And in a sense, they're right. Why? And this is just coming from a woman who's a lesbian, who likes what men like, but who operates in the woman body, right? And this is a percept that I've just grown into, but it's a ancient percept. There's cultures that, view God as a woman, Mother Earth. Why? And I'm guilty of not like we're in an age where men are they're more feminized as far as more in tune with the emotional side of themselves than ever before I've ever seen. And it's a tragedy. Men's mental health. Ooh, there's a side of me. Ooh, y'all gonna be mad. I don't feel bad, because a lot of, and that's just me being a woman and growing up and being abused by men, and seeing that it is a man's world, how dare you, you know what I mean, causing so much murdering and raping and all these things and war, you know what I'm saying, and then, so it's very hard for me to feel sorry for someone who had, if you see, if you see a millionaire have a bad day, are you mad? How would you feel? You'll be like, why are you not grateful? Why are you not feeling blessed? And you just had a minor situation that to a poor person, would be like, that's it. So I feel the same way towards men. So it's really hard for me to feel sorry for a guy, especially when it's emotionalized problem. Work, get your ass up. If I can work, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As a woman who's been predominant, a woman who's, even my work history, my resume is predominantly male environments. So I'm grinding with the guys, construction, warehousing, digging ditches. I got people that can testify to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then to see guys that don't even want to work as hard as me, and I'm supposed to respect that, and then they still won't respect, which I think is an error that Top G and all that, you know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of youth or young people are getting wrong about their message. So that may be something to consider. But women are at the end of the encapsulating all of humanity and all the intrinsic, not just monetarily value, what we see, land, money, but the intrinsic value that women hold. Women are far more above than men. And that's me just like being, why do I say that? Cause so for an example, Miss Pearl, who I love her honesty, and I understand. That's what I'm saying. I understand both perspectives, but I disagree with her saying that women shouldn't vote. Like, voting means you have a voice, and voice and vote almost sound the same. And you're saying women should not have a voice in what goes on in their society, and they're the ones raising society. I don't get it. But I get it. Like, I have the same emotional, chemical makeup as a woman. So I go through these crazy, and that's why, like, do y'all know that I know a girl? She's probably 20 years old, but she said this around when she was 18, 19. And she's a young lesbian. She's never been with a guy before. And I kind of envy that. I wish I was a lesbian that never been with guys before. I envy that. And I told her about that. You know, just like, you know, if that's really what, yeah, pursue that. You know, and she the interesting thing that we do differ from, she hates being a woman. This is a young girl. And I asked her why, because I'm a lesbian that will embrace my femininity. Like I don't like dresses or anything, but I'm just saying certain characteristics of femininity I will embrace, and I'm learning the others. That's what I'm saying. Playing the card and she would dealt. What does it mean to be a woman? What does it, you know? Before I even change, if I was to decide to change myself, which I know, I want a kid and everything. I don't think that is the way to go. Now let's go back. Why do I feel women are really at a higher rate? And even Top G, they say it. You know, but why do I feel like women should definitely have a voice? Definitely. If anything, they should, could be arguably run, should be the hierarchy in societies, and may turn into that as humanity evolves in its stages of development. Because the highest form of godliness will be a woman. The male, by their own definition, is aggression. By their own, anger, the predominant emotions that men feel. Is that. Is ego. The male ego. All the things that really, that's below. Do you know the successful relationships, marriages that I know? I used to work at Drug Emporium. It's an older grocery drug store type thing that you barely see them, but you might find them in a small town by you, right? One of those things. And the predominant clientele is older, white in particular, couples, white couples. So they would come in and I would ask them questions. What? And I did a study. Like, I didn't do this as a study. Like, let me do a study. I just did it because I was curious. But it could, if I would have documented the data, could damn be where be data that can be that can help someone or give someone perspective. Thus, this video. All right. So I asked these couples a couple questions. One of the questions was like, how long you were married, and what it takes a successful marriage, and what do you think? Well, really, those were two pretty consistent questions. And what I got out of that was women, and even what I see in my family or what I see that's close to me, women cater to the ego of man. Women cater to the ego of man to make sure that that prolongs that's really important in their marriage. But if we look at it, so the woman having the spiritual value, being a mother, being a nurturer, the more spiritual side of life a woman is. That's why when a man can get sick, the dude is not gonna call his brother, but he's gonna call that girl he been fucking. You know what I'm saying? And that's that spiritual side, right? A woman in a relationship, from what I see, she's at this spiritual heightened maturity, usually helping him on the cool without his dreams and shit. And really, she be in the background pushing it a lot of times, not all the time. And she has to press herself down in order to entertain or stimulate that ego. I've seen it time and time again. How powerful is that? That's the equivocal to a man being in the presence of idiocy and knowing that he can fight, but in order to avoid whooping this motherfucking ass, he suppresses his ego for the moment. I don't want no problem. At the same time with his guard up. So women in a sense do the same thing every day with their man. That's what I see. I could be wrong. So they suppress themselves. And Eve, ain't that a Bible verse? I'm not a Christian, but isn't that a Bible verse? One of the consequences of Eve eating the fruit is that she is subject. The man's desires are hers now, or something like that. So I could be wrong, but y'all go check it out. It's in Genesis somewhere. Help me out. Help me get better too. I'm not claiming to know it all. I'm just giving my perspective. Yes, women should definitely have a voice. Definitely vote. The fuck? I do think that feminist movement was probably more than likely started by lesbians. I think. Because we wanted, me growing up, if I would have had the same experience, it probably would have been worse, say 40, 50 years prior to when I was actually having that experience. So in the 90s, I'm an 80s baby, holla at the OG millennials. So if I was to have that experience half a century prior, I would understand the feminist movement. I can play ball better than those guys. Why am I not allowed? Or I would like to make money and decisions for myself. Like, I can see that, and I'm not even sexually attracted to you. And you want me to bow down? Like, I can see that, and then, okay, lesbian. This is not true, by the way. I don't know if this is true or not, but I can see that kind of happening. And then lesbians, boom, 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 especially when the war came, and it was an opportunity for them to be that independent. Aside from me, like, you had to be, even if you was a homosexual. And I've heard a lot of people say that homosexuality is being a thing now. I think it's always been a thing. It's just that the society wasn't. There wasn't a space for it. There was lesbians and gays getting killed, but then this is in America. So, like, no, So I would like to go against people that say that oh, there's a propaganda, and this probably is. I don't know, but no, there's always been gays and lesbians. The Greek times, all the way back. As long as there's been humans, there's been those desires. So whatever. So yeah. So a woman has to it's the bigger person, and a lot of times in those. Now I mean I can there's an argument that's saying women don't have to work as hard. Da, 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 da. If you don't want to rely on a man, you have to. And that's not every woman is a dime. Like every woman gets to go on a yacht. Like I got like, oh, woman, she can just be an Instagram. Not every woman is an Instagram model. Like that's a rare percentage of the women, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Every bitch might got her OnlyFans, but that bitch ain't making buku bread. You know what I'm saying? So I like to, reach out to that. Like, god dang, not every woman has the options that y'all think. They can get any Jim Joe, but if they want something different, then it takes something different. Just like a man. So it's not that goddamn easy. Shit, you can get any dick at Tom Harry, but not everybody. And then you see that most men are not high value anyway, according to what high value. So it's easy to get. You know what I'm saying? Bologna is cheaper. So just because a woman has access to a lot of bologna doesn't. So not every woman goes on yachts. Not every woman is an Instagram model. So that's just my perspectives about it. But I would like to say this before the video ends. I do want to give men props. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to feel sorry for the struggle of men nowadays. It is. You equipped for war, and I'm out here fighting on the front lines. It's hard for me to feel for you. But in the same sentence, I will give men, are we equal in certain respects? No, we're not equal in certain respects. But we're equal. We balance each other. That's what I would say. But if you were to say, oh, it's a man's world and that, but really, I say women really are the above. You know what I'm saying? Don't go there. Don't stop all this craziness of a woman should obey me. No, if you're doing your stuff, that's gonna be natural. If you're a stand-up guy, that's going to be natural. Even me as a lesbian, I respect stand-up guys. That's why at certain instances you will see a stud, a lesbian with a baby, because she is a woman. So I respect stand-up guys. You know what I'm talking about? I will allow him to be a man and push my ego aside, because I'm in the presence of a king. But because he's a king, he understands that he's in the presence of a queen. So it ain't I don't feel threatened. He doesn't feel threatened. It's that insecure shit. Anyway. So, we are all of equal value. But if you're going to have a conversation that says, oh, men are and should, no, I'm arguing against that and say that women actually are God. And present my reasons why, even though, however, men been predominating the physical, dominating the physical, but I feel like there's going to be a time, and it was in the beginning, really, there was times where the women it was a matriarch, and it was just fine. So, but I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that we do have equal, and I'm starting to learning to respect more of the masculine. And I'll give you this. I work in warehouse environments, construction, outdoor when it's like 40-some degrees, 50-some degrees. I've done that consistently for the past I don't know how many years. That shit's gonna keep me young, by the way. So, and just because I am a woman, and then okay, so I have so many thoughts, right? But I've heard top G's or whatever. It's a man's job to, struggle. That you don't know what a menstrual cycle is, do you? You don't know what a menstrual cycle. You don't understand what the fuck that is. And if you was to go through it, I don't think you can cut it. Like, bro, that every month you're bleeding from your private parts. You're bleeding from your private parts every month. Your private parts contract. Imagine your testes contracting. Cramps. That's what they call it. And then you have chemical. Like, bro, to go through that and you say struggle. Nigga, that's a struggle. And still, and if you're not heterosexual in the tradition of, oh, well, someone needs to take, and I'm a woman, a man needs to take care of me. I gotta work like you gotta work. Do you know? But then men say, I gotta give it to men. Y'all equipped for it. There's literally times that my body will say, sit your motherfucking ass down, because I am preparing for a child. My body is trying to prepare for a motherfucking child. And that's why all this shit happen like that. And then, do you know the energy, the all that body, my body be tripping. And it's just because I'm a woman. So I have to listen to my body sometimes and not work. You know what I'm saying? Don't be pregnant. You got a whole human inside of you, and you working. Imagine being a single mother pregnant, and then you got the physical that baby, that person, that woman is going through, and still cater to your, like, man, say, bro, the woman is the superior. At the end of the day, when this world is going through the fucking apocalypse, the rapture has come, no, it's woman. The woman is the superior. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing that a man can do that a woman can't. Even listen to me, and then I'll leave. I don't want to talk too much. I got things to do, and you got things to do, and I want to respect your time. There's nothing that a man can do that a woman can't do, but it might be at a different degree. A man can do push-ups. A woman can do push-ups. A man can do construction. A woman can do construction. A man can run those machines. A woman can run them machines. Like, there's nothing a man can do that a woman cannot. Some guys want to go to this. We can even go biological. My scientist. She can't get a boner. Naturally, a woman can't get a boner. She can't get a hard on. That's a lie. We have a clitoris. Don't you know? Women are such the shit. Come on, Pearl. Miss Pearl, talk to me. Women are such the shit that a man was a woman before he was a man in the body. Everybody comes out as a woman first, but then the hormone. Check me if I'm wrong. We got a clitoris. My homegirl Tiffany Haddish, shout out to Tiffany Haddish. You know I was in foster care, so you're my sister naturally. So we should be best friends. Holla at your girl. She said a man ain't nothing but a woman who coochie fell out. The testes, ovaries. The penis, the clitoris. And I would like to argue, in my experience, a woman can't get hard. A woman can't. She can't have sex. She can't penetrate. I'm not talking with a strap either. So, dick click energy. Is that what they call it? It's a word. Is that a word? Thing? Is that a thing? So, yeah. But a woman can do something that a man naturally can't do. No way. He has to alter. And I think they're trying to work towards that. Science is getting crazy. A man cannot carry a baby. He can't be pregnant. He can't birth a baby. A woman can do that. A man cannot. But there's nothing that a man can do that a woman cannot to some degree. A man can't fucking get, either you're pregnant or you're not. So, and women have to digress themselves in society having this high value element. So, to Pearl, to Top G's and all them, I feel y'all, and this is just my perspective. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you. You're awesome.